Thought I'd do one of these little talking head videos. Ultimately, I just want to discuss Battlefield, talk about Battlefield, how it's been the last couple of months, and what, as a general consumer like me, I've perceived their path to success, and how what I think has been a genuinely fantastic pre-launch that has led it to being successful as it is today, where they have literally labeled it the best-selling first-person shooter in 2025. Right off the back of a Call of Duty release, that is fan-fucking-tastic. Go Battlefield. I just want to get over saying I wholly believe that their marketing strategy from the get-go has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All the way from January, even before that, they talked about their early testing program and letting players into that to test the early alpha for Battlefield 6 and allow the community to have inputs on the development and the way that they're going. Really show us that they are listening and that they have listened to all the feedback and the backlash that have come from the development of 2042. That's weird. Alright, whatever. I'm still connected. Let's try again. But no, yeah, they had the testing period, which was fantastic. And then they allowed the game to evolve from that really early alpha stage into what we eventually saw in the beta over time. Leaks pushed out, and that served as passive marketing for the game as well. And then the beta experience was incredible. It just worked. They had queues, but the queues were over and done with extremely quickly. And then we led into the full release of the game. And they kept building hype. They gave us the campaign trailer, the multiplayer reveal trailer, and things like that. And I mean, I took 4 days off work for the game to come out. I was unbelievably hyped for it. Typically, I only do that for Call of Duty, but this year I chose to do it for Battlefield instead of Call of Duty. And I'm incredibly happy I have. It's not to say that the release hasn't been marked with some issues. There are bugs that are still in the game that have been in the game all the way from release, such as the occasional ledge will lunge in the air, which is a bit of a pain, as well as the bloom bug on assault rifles primarily. And then just other things here and there. And then the community uproar about skins that DICE and Battlefield Studios have been looking about adding into the game. I think DICE have done a good job in hearing that feedback and actioning it, taking the skins back, dulling the colors, even in there was one case where they just completely removed the skin from the game entirely. And then we're still seeing more things. I love the way that they have staged Season 1 in a 3-stage release. So there's not much downtime between new content coming out on the initial release, then 4 weeks after, then 4 weeks after again. It allows for this solid trickle. Why am I getting disconnected? Anyway, it allows for this solid trickle of content, which means that we're never really left wanting, and I hope that that continues on for the future seasons. Mind you, the only reason I was really excited for California Resistance part of the Season 1 to come out is because that first map was dog shit. It was really bad. We all can agree to that, but I'm unbelievably proud as to what Battlefield Studios, DICE, Motive, whoever else is developing it, Vince Zampella, the leader of the studios, who has been instrumental in this. It's been fantastic. Like absolute player advocate. There is no one more we would want on their teams, especially in a leading role, than Vincent Pella. Unbelievable resume. But I'm keen to see where they take this game further. Changes, maps, modes, weapons, vehicles, bug fixes, and how they evolve the game in time. And then I know it's only the start of Battlefield 6, but I'm really, really interested to see how this game pushes or elevates the development of Battlefield 7 or Bad Company 3 or whatever they choose to do next. Because they need to understand that while the feedback is amazing on this game, it doesn't mean that they can slack on the next. They need to put as much heart and care into the next, if not more, than they did this one, to show us that they are capable of more than one great release at a time. We don't want another 2042. We don't want another Battlefield 5. Battlefield 1 was fantastic. Battlefield Hardline before that was a bit rough. Battlefield 4, really bad launch. Battlefield 3 was fantastic, but a lot of these games got so much better after content releases. This is probably the first Battlefield game I have played, maybe bar Battlefield 1, on release, where on release I can say it just works. There's nothing that is destroying the game experience for me, and there is absolutely nothing that is taking me away from being completely frustrated about the game and just making me step away. And that's fantastic, and I'm really unbelievably happy to say that, and I just want to see the game thrive. But yeah, if you got any comments, leave it down below. Like, subscribe,